Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to part number 2 of the grass flap install. Today we're on Tiger Cub, the 48 inch, and this is going to be a permanent bolt on because of there's nothing else that goes on this, no baggers or nothing on this, so I don't have to worry about this at all. So as I'm installing this grass flap on the Tiger Cub here, I'm also going to be talking about what adjustments or what changes I need to make with the Gravely, because I set it up because I didn't really know how to set it up, but now that I've used it for a week, I'm going to make some of the changes on here, and I'm not going to make any changes on the Gravely or actually on any of these mowers until at the very end when I've got 3 different mounting spots basically and see which one I like the best, and then I'll just move them all to that so they're all kind of uniform. So no matter no matter which mower we step on, whether it be either one of the Skag, because they're both different, and the Gravely is both different, that's different too. I want to be the closest they can, where the pedals are and everything, if that makes any sense to you. But kind of sort of how I want to say it, but you get the gist of it. Okay, so this grass flap, I'm thinking about right here someplace. Yeah, it would be easier if I didn't hook the spring up and just bolted this like this, but it also helps me hold it in place. So, at least it did on the other one. I don't know if it's going to hinder me or help me on this one, but we will see. Yeah. See, that might just work like so. Just got to line up for drilling the holes for the bolts. And I have, yeah, that matches up like it should. That'll be the spacers to take up the gap for the plate. Still going to be a little kicked over, but I think it should work out just fine. There's a little speck down there on the deck, so I just kind of lined it up. I figured out where I wanted to have it, the hole, and that's where I did it, just like right here. It's a little speck right there. So I'm not sure if you can see that or not, but there's where the dot is. That's about where I want it. Should be pretty close. Let's see if I get this all matched up here. Actually, it's coming across pretty flat and square. Couldn't even take it up, space up with a washer. This one's going to be a little close. I picked the wrong dot. This one's off too much this way. So that's not going to be fun. Okay, I wobbled this hole out a little bit. Isn't going to really make no bit of difference. And see where we can get with this. Put it right here. Pretty good. It might have to come back out just a little bit, because this has to go in there. This is a deflector. On the last video, I didn't know why they would need a deflector on here. Or the last video I stated I didn't know why the deflector would be needed on here. Well, because nothing comes up this way that's like that, but I've been spending a lot of time doing this. Just flipping it up part way. That's where this comes in. Keeps all that stuff from hitting this face and blowing this way, because it shoots right back up into there. So that's where the deflector comes in, so there will be one here. So the next thing that's going to have to be done on this mower versus the other one is the gravely is flat and the skag is curved. There is a baffle that comes to about right here, but I took that off. So I got more of a gap for the chute, so it disperses the grass better. So now I'm going to have to bend this around. So I want to make sure I get as close as I can. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I still want to be as close as I can. So we're going to get, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece that I cut off from the other chute, try and line it up the best I can. So I'm just going to bend it a little bit at a time. So I'm going to want this flap about right there, so I'm just going to have to start bending it about right in here. No, this will not snap in half. I may even have to heat it up to get it to stay there. But if I could get this to stay quite a ways by itself without heating it up, you're better off, I think, because it will take a muscle memory after time. Which this is formed really well, but this out here is not. So this is perfect, but that part right there is not. So I'm going to try and match that. Okay, this is going to make a little bit of a noise. Pretty close. I can live with that. Pretty much can, yes. That'll work. Now I'll just get it bolted up. What these have is little T-nuts that you have to drive through. Don't want to drive it into the concrete and flatten that end out. No threads then. Okay, I got the cable hooked up on the other end, and on this side for the pedal, on the Gravely, I have it setting out on this side so the cable's running on the outside of the frame, but this the lever, or the pedal, whatever you want to call it, to open and close the chute seems to be a little bit too far that way. So I'm going to try this on this side of the frame. I know it's a little bit smaller frame and everything, but to see if it's going to make that much of a difference. I'll show you what I'm going to do with this cable. The only problem with these cables, it's either too long or too short. On the Gravely, it was too short. Skag, it's too long. Should get the nut on the right side. So one thing, the reason why the pedal I think is too far out of the way, because I am 6'2", and when I have the handlebars like this, I can't reach the pedal because these have stops. The Gravely, the top part moves all over, so it doesn't matter. But most of the time, I'm doing everything with my right foot, and I am actually feathering it quite a bit more like this, just trying to keep the clippings down in different areas, which is working really well. But so I'm doing everything with my right foot, and I don't think nothing of it. And same thing when I'm picking up the deck, I do everything with my left foot because things don't fit on nothing. So anyhow, this is part 2 of the grass flap install. And if there's something I missed on here, it's on part number 1, so go check that out. I'm sure I'm going to go over some more things in the next one on part number 3, which we're going to install the grass flap on the Tiger cab. Because that's the one that has to be a bolt on, because I have to be able to unbolt it and bolt it back up once or one day a week, because there's one yard that has to be bagged, and that might change too soon, but we're not sure yet. So anyhow, this flap is saving us a lot of time. And when I come up to Vicki now when she's trimming, I'm just discharging normal. When I get closer, I just drop the chute down and keep right on going wire. And at first, when I did that, she kind of stopped and hesitated, but then she figured out real fast that just dropping that chute blocker there, and it takes care of everything. So one thing that's been saving us a lot of time is on the amount of passes you have to go through to get the clippings on the inside, because you're trying not to get any clippings on the outside like on the road there. So I make my normal pass going, shoot into the ditch or into the yard, and then when I come back through the second time, I just am keeping this about like this, and or the chute's about like that, and no clippings are going out on the road. But without this flap on, the clippings come back. So I am going to have to put that flap on, or that deflector on the Gravely when I get to it here, and whenever I can get to it. So anyhow, that's going to be it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed part number 2 of the install. Part number 4 is going to be coming up soon. I want to run this a few days to see if this is where I like everything. And this is our mower for our granny yards. So it's going to be, it'll be another week before I get back to everything. But I want to see how it's going to do on all of them real small yards. And because this is sticking out past these tires, there's a couple areas that I have problems with, so I might have to just close it when I'm going in tight areas. I don't know. We'll see how it works. I'm going to give her a few days before we get the other one on. So that's going to be it for me today. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click the notification bell. Everybody have a good evening, and we will see you on the next project.